What is going on with the Judgment Day? I feel like literally since Rhea and Damian left and these guys formed, the hype behind it and like the believability behind it is gone. Like they've become kind of like a comedic stable. The only person that had legitimacy left was Liv Morgan, and then she lost her title and now is in the tag team division. Dom, we thought would finally, like, now that he was out of Rhea Ripley's hands, like, we thought he'd actually be like a badass boyfriend, but now he's still a lapdog to Liv Morgan. I mean, I don't know what to say, but like, McDonald's earned my respect in that one match, even though I've always told you guys that he's a really good wrestler. It's just unfortunate that he's not used the right way. Carlito, I have no idea what his point is there. Comedic relief, I guess. And Finn Balor is... I don't know what's going on with Finn Balor either. I just have no idea what's going on with Judgment Day. I don't even think Triple H knows what's going on with Judgment Day. And before everyone says, yo, just let them cook. Brother, they've been cooking the story for how many years now? We need some culmination to the story.
All right, well, then let's talk about it, Alan. Well, he wants to know what's going on with the Judgment Day. Well, we've been talking about this for 8 months. The Judgment Day is falling apart because of one word that starts with an E and got the middle of the G and ends with a O. And that word is ego. Get what I'm saying? Ego. 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 Ego, 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 ego. Okay? Not ego. Ego. Okay? Ego is the reason why the Judgment Day is not standing tall like they're supposed to. And the reason why is because of ego. And we're going to start with characters, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the quote-unquote leader, the one that be saying there's no leaders in the group. But however, there's a leader. And the leader is Finn Balor because he's always saying, you shouldn't listen to Finn. You better listen to Finn. And when you listen to Finn, we're going to get somewhere. But let's talk about it. So what's going on with Finn? I'll tell you what's going on. Ego. Okay? Jealousy. That's why I call him Finn Bally, because Bally rhymes with jelly. And that's a slang word for jealous. Okay? Finn Balor is jealous of Damian Priest because he won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40, I believe. And that's the reason why he had to go get his get back. Well, not get back, but he had to let Damian Priest know that, hey, you got something that I want and I want it. But the problem is you had him lose it. See, if you would have just let him win and then just attack him after that, then you would have challenged him for the title, right? You didn't do that. So you had him take the title away from Gunther. And ever since then, Gunther been having the worst title runs of them all because of you and because of what you did. So obviously their plan fucked up everything, okay? And it mainly messed up everything is because you let your jealousy get in the way. You thought it would be a good idea for him to lose a title, but that's not the case. So what happened after that? Well, basically, Finn Balor's just been in the zone of putting his hands on Damian Priest, had 3 of his men to attack him, JD, Dom, and Carlito, and they keep doing it every week. And unfortunately, it didn't stop them from, listen, you kept putting your hands on them, but the problem is y'all couldn't win matches. Every time that you guys will put your hands on them, they will be able to get back up. And then by them, I mean the Terror Twins. They will get right back up and they will still be able to win matches because you guys just can't seem to keep your hands to yourself. So that's what happened. And then, of course, Damian Priest had the opportunity to get his title back at War Games. But Finn Balor, because of Finn Balor's jealousy, is the reason why he lost his mind when he went after Damian Priest, when Liv completely told him to not go after him. But he did anyway. So, because Finn Balor, he gonna do his thing. So, obviously, he went after him. And then, of course, this year, they had a street fight. And because, Finn Balor and JD lost their titles thanks to Damian Priest. And it's all because what? You cost him his title, now he's going to cost yours. And because of that is one of the reasons why you lost your titles. Because, payback's a bitch, right? So that's what happened. And then, of course, the street fight came. And then when the street fight came, that's when Finn Balor was gone for a week. And then as soon as he was gone for a week, JD and Dom had to fight for the titles because he was gone. And when they defended it, that's when we get to JD's character. JD got injured. And the reason why he got injured is because he did that backflip and it landed on the announce table, the edge of the announce table, front and center, and that hurt his back, including his neck. So, he's doing okay. I just saw a video of him jump rope, I think 2 weeks ago. I made a video about it if you want to check it out on Instagram. But yeah, I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, it's just he can't wrestle, go based off his injury. So that he said he's going to be gone for a couple months. So hopefully when he come back, the Judgment Day will disband, and most likely he will be, moving as a solo wrestler, and hopefully he'll get a big push, just like allegedly Finn Balor, right? So that's what's going on with those two. But let's talk about Carlito. Carlito, man, look, I don't care what y'all say. He's a legend to me. I grew up watching Carlito, okay? The man came up way before everybody in the group has, okay? He came up in 2004. He was an Intercontinental champion. He was United States champion. He was former tag team champion. And ever since he joined the Judgment Day and new members been added in, he hasn't been getting the respect that he deserves. I mean, he's been getting bullied from the women, and you already know who the women are, including Dominic Mysterio. I feel like people are treating Carlito like he's a nobody. And it's mainly because he's been acting, he's been acting goofy lately. And one thing women can't tolerate is a man that's goofy, okay? But they have male friends that are goofy, but they don't care. As long as if they don't know you and you acting goofy, you're weird. And that's just what it is. So, of course, Liv Morgan and Raquel are the reason why, Carlito's not getting the respect that he deserved, because they keep calling him, I'm not going to say the name because of my ego, but basically they keep comparing him to a TV show we all used to watch back in our day in Nickelodeon. And the person that plays that character that they keep calling him was played by Miranda Cosgrove. If y'all remember her from, the TV show Drake and Josh and the show that they're preferring that he is. So if you remember the character, you'll know what I'm talking about. But basically it's just, again, they're not showing him no love. And even if they kick Finn Balor out, they're still not going to show him love. So that's the downfall of this. And again, that's just what it is for him. So hopefully people will still give him credit. I still rock with Carlito because, like I said, I grew up watching him, and I'm never going to call him, that's not his name. So let's just get that one thing clear. But if y'all want to check out his interview with Chris Van, I'll put a screenshot right here so y'all can check it out. It's really good. But let's talk about Dom for a minute. Now, Dom. Now, I've been talking about Dom for 8 months. He's the reason why I even got started with my YouTube channel, if y'all want to subscribe. And Dom, he's been taking L's from left and right, and it's mainly because of Liv Morgan. See, when he was with Rhea, he was winning gold. But of course, with the Judgment Day's help, but still, he won gold, right? He won the North American Championship twice. He won the tag team gold. And then what happened? You know what I'm saying? Once he got with Liv Morgan, he's been looked at as a freaking simp, and people don't want to give him that acknowledgement of being a simp. They want to look at him like he's this boy toy and this sexy boy that they want to compare him to Pete Davidson, which I think that's the worst comparison, because Pete Davidson was getting pussy from big stars. I'm talking about Ariana Grande and Kim Kardashian, and you want to compare him to Pete Davidson? Nah, fam. I mean, you can never compare Dom to Pete Davidson. Their aura is not the same. I don't care what y'all say. Pete was getting pussy like in every month from two women that he was with. You can't compare him to that. So when we talk about Dom, like, you can't say that bro was getting pussy from Rhea and Liv when he got a wife back at home. And y'all know this. So obviously people are looking at Dom like he a player, but he's not. He's a simp. They compare him, some people compare, like even AJ Styles, they compare him to James Ellsworth because that's what he is, right? As you know, Carmella is now gone, but, you know, she still can get her flowers. I mean, she's still memorable to this day. So, you know, I still, whatever she's going through, I'm praying for her, you know. But we'll talk about that later or some other time. But basically what I'm trying to say is that people are comparing Dominic Mysterio to a player, but in reality of it is we're comparing him to James Ellsworth because, you know, like Alan says, he's a lapdog, aka simp. And it's mainly because of what happened on January the 6th when he tried to hug Rhea. They claim he tried to steal a title, but I don't know. That's alleged. And that's the reason why he's trying to make up for it because of that. You know, I don't know if, listen, there are rumors saying that he's going to leave Liv Morgan, but I don't know. He's going to betray Liv Morgan, but I don't know when or where. I'm thinking WrestleMania 41, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Dominic hasn't been appearing in Liv Morgan and Raquel's matches, mainly because he's been focusing on his own thing. But when Finn Balor leaves the group, I don't know if he's going to continue that. I'm hoping that he'll continue the man's run because he did face AJ Styles last week. So hopefully he'll continue that. But other than that, man, he's been doing good with the solo runs. But when it comes down to winning titles, he can't go after that. And the reason why he can't go after that is because Liv Morgan's holding him back. So that's the downfall of that. But again, the only way that Dominic Mysterio can, you know, actually get a title run, whether it's the Intercontinental Championship, United States Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Championship, Money in the Bank, the only way he can win that is if he get away from Liv Morgan, so that way he can focus on his solo run. That's the only way to do it. But however, if you're wondering why he's not a badass boyfriend, it's because he never was. Okay, the man had it all he had it all when he was with Rhea, but then as soon as he got with Liv Morgan, the only thing that Shawty gave him was fame. That's it. I mean, her fans started to rock with him. You know, they both were doing interviews at first together, but then, you know, end up doing separate later on. And, you know, again, they were doing some things together. I mean, it just kind of stopped for some reason. Again, they did do like separate interviews, but not many. Like they started off doing together interviews, but you never seen Raquel by the side. But she didn't come later. And speaking of Raquel, let's talk about her. So, you know, I'm a fan of Raquel. I've been a fan of her since she got drafted to SmackDown. And it's mainly because I feel like Raquel is one of the most dominant women in sports entertainment until she hooked up with Liv Morgan. And as soon as she hooked up with Liv Morgan, all that got thrown out the window. Unfortunately, she got sick and she was gone for a year. And then as soon as she came back at Bad Blood, people literally forgot about her, man. They still don't even know that she exists. Every time they see Raquel, they be like, "Who are you?" And that's sad. I mean, Alan didn't even mention him in the video. Mention her in the interview. In the video. He didn't even mention her in the video. He mentioned everybody else but her, and that's sad. But it's like, again, people got to know that Raquel, is doing something in the group, but people don't notice her, man. The same way they don't notice Carlito. You know what I mean? But people recognize Carlito because he's a legend, but they don't recognize Raquel because every time Raquel is around, people don't know she's there. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? The only way people know she's there is when she's by herself. But when she's with Liv Morgan, people look at her like she's a ghost. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. You know, if I ran into Raquel at a store, I would ask for a picture because I am a fan of her. I would not take a picture with Liv Morgan. I would delete that shit. Okay, if she ever take my phone and take a picture with me, I would delete that shit. I'm sorry to say. I would not post it. I will post Raquel because that's the woman that I care about, all right? Everybody else, I don't give a shit. But again, again, I know a lot of people don't look at Raquel like she's a legend. Well, not legend, but I'm saying I know people don't look at Raquel like she's a somebody. But people just forgot about the NXT version of her, man. They forgot about how dominant she was when she was in NXT. And now that she got drafted to SmackDown and Raw, people don't know who she is no anymore. And they just look at her like she's the bodyguard, all right? And I've been saying for months that she should be the women's Intercontinental champion and go after Lyra for the title. But they want her to focus on Liv Morgan in the tag team division. Well, she's most likely going to win the tag team titles tonight. And when she do, it is what it is. I mean, we all predicted that those two was going to win and get a tag team push. And that's just what it is. So, Raquel is getting, the reason why Raquel is getting ignored is because of Liv Morgan. And that's the only reason why. Regardless if y'all giving her fame, the woman is still not getting the acknowledgement because of Liv Morgan. And that's just clear as day, And there's really not much you could say or do. It's just part of it, And that's just the downfall of it. But hopefully it'll change once she leaves Liv Morgan. But I don't know what else. I just pray to God she don't become a jobber to where, she gets kicked out just like Saya Deville and Ella Dawn and Bella Davenport and all that. But if she don't escape soon, that's what's most likely going to happen. But they want her to stick with Liv Morgan, and that's the problem. So let's talk about her. So Liv Morgan, a.k.a. Lemonade, a.k.a. Lemonhead, okay? Now, here's the thing. Liv Morgan, she's the reason why the Judgment Day is still relevant. And Finn Balor, but the thing is, all people see is Liv Morgan. They don't see everybody else. Everybody's getting overshadowed by Liv Morgan's popularity. She has a cult fan base. All right, her fans are just like Nicki Minaj's fans. The Barbs, they're just like that. Same with Beyonce, the Beehive. It's just she has a fan base where it's untouched. If you say anything disrespectful about Liv Morgan, best believe sure they're gonna get on your ass on the internet. So again, Liv Morgan, she's still, she's still relevant, right? People still fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? It's just some people most people just don't want her as champ again. Because when she was champ, she wasn't doing nothing but running away from Rhea. She wouldn't fight back. Every time she fight back, it's either when where Rhea is down. And it's just, look, Liv Morgan got away with a lot of things. And that's the freaking problem. People, yes, her fans love her, but people with lack of patience do not like Liv Morgan, and it's mainly because she's been doing clown shit. Every time you see her, she be on goofy time. So, and some of that stuff in real life, you can't pay that stuff no mind. But because it's entertainment, people feel like they got to be entertained by this, but it's not. Liv Morgan has done anything but just get away with stuff. And that's why people are mad at the bookings with Liv Morgan, because it's like every time she do a segment, she always get away with stuff. She attacks people. And every time the people try to defend the person that get attacked, she runs. And here comes Raquel, save the day. So it's like, until Liv Morgan is by herself, she's going to get away with most of this stuff. I don't know if y'all saw the SmackDown last week, but basically she attacked Bianca and Naomi, and Bianca and Naomi couldn't even fight back. And then when they got kicked out by Nick, they laughed at his face and they laughed at his authority, and then nothing happened to them. They didn't get punished or nothing. And that's sad. And now they're going to win the tag team titles, and it's all because they're using these two as a way of saying, hey, when we get in this ring, y'all can't stop us. And it's mainly because they pretty much can do whatever they want. And it's all because the tag division, two things. The tag division is low, so you got no one that can team up to go against them. That's for one. And number two, the only way they could defend their titles is if they go to NXT. So you're probably going to see them more because that's the only way they can challenge their titles, right? So I don't know who they're gonna face. We'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, I mean, Liv Morgan is part of the tag team division now, but she keep getting chances for the women's title against Rhea. So I don't know if she's gonna win the Elimination Chamber. I'm rooting for Alexa Bliss, but there are rumors saying that Bianca gonna win. There's rumors saying that Bayley's gonna win, and it's a lot going on. But to jump to the conclusion, the Judgment Day is taking L's because of ego. And ego is the reason why everybody is getting the downfall. And at the end of the day, the Judgment Day are going to disband, but because there's a storyline saying they're going to add a new member, it might not disband like that. What's probably going to end up happening is that it won't be the Judgment Day no more, because once you kick Finn Balor out, it's most likely going to be Liv and Dom and the groupies. And the groupies is Carlito and Raquel. Now, if they add a new member, I don't believe it's going to be the Judgment Day no more, because that member might change the name. And if that happens, no more Judgment Day. Okay? No more. So that's the thing. They're close to disband. And when it happens, we're all going to say RIP to the Judgment Day. And I've been saying that, but that was because Finn Balor was gone. Now that he's going to be, kicked out or quit, it's going to be one of those reasons where pretty much the Judgment Day is finished. And there's just going to be Liv and Dom and the groupies. That's the name of the group until they add a new member. And then when they add a new member, the name's going to change. So it ain't going to make it ain't going to make no difference. The difference is the name and the whole group. So that's what's going to probably happen. And at the end of the day, nobody cares about the Judgment Day. Only my subscribers, and that's just clear as day. It's coming down to an end. Now, is it going to end at WrestleMania? I'm not sure. If Dom betrays Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, yeah, that's the end. And then all you're going to have is Liv and Raquel and Carlito. Now, I don't know what Carlito going to do. And I don't know. All I know is what Liv and Raquel going to do. So I don't believe the Judgment Day going to stay for long. Even if you add a new member, it still wouldn't even change nothing. The only thing that's going to change is the people around. And one by one, everybody's going their separate ways. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much the reason why the Judgment Day is disbanding. And the reason why they're disbanding is because of ego. Okay? So, yeah, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And, there's his answer. So, shout out to Alan. Hey, you asked the question, so I gave you the answer. And even if it wasn't a good answer, this is all based off of my understanding. And we've been talking about this for 8 months. So, it's mainly because of ego. That's what it is, okay? We broke down character to character, so y'all already know the biz. But y'all get on the comment box and talk about it. And feel free to comment and share your thoughts of why the Judgment Day is not going the way they're supposed to. So share your thoughts, okay? Like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new, and I'll catch y'all in the next video, all right? I'm out.